if you do have any questions, please hang on to them or pop them in the chat box just now. And I'm going to pass over to Daisy, who is an undergraduate student at the University of Abertay studying environmental science and technology. And we're so lucky that Daisy came along to volunteer for us, just a very short dog, just before lockdown actually. So I'm going to pass over to Daisy now. Okay, thanks Daisy.
Yeah. So hi, I'm Daisy. I'm going to share my screen. Let's see if that works. Is that working?
Yes, but it's still on the, it's not on the actual slideshow. That's brilliant.
There we go. I think that's working now. Okay, so I'm Daisy. Hi. So I'm going to be demonstrating one of the practical action activities for you. So this is a STEM challenge. It's called Stop the Spread. More information can be found on the practical action website, which I think Julie's put the link in the chat box. So I've chosen the Stop the Spread challenge as the topics it covers surrounds infectious disease control, which is obviously really, really current and relevant as, of course, the coronavirus pandemic is happening just now. So obviously when you go back to school, this is probably going to be the thing that people are talking about. It ties in really, really nicely with the Sustainable Development Goals, as this is a worldwide threat to how the goals are met. And it can be quite complex to teach the goals, so this is a really good way to introduce them. So the Stop the Spread challenge is a good introduction to infectious disease and what pandemics are, whilst introducing the concepts of the SDGs. So the pandemic has shown that there is a lot of weakness within our healthcare systems, and it's led to the loss of human life, affected the global economy, and has affected the livelihood of many people. So these are all goals which are included in the SDG framework. So it's quite a good way to introduce the topic and maybe discuss which goals the pandemic covers. Obviously, there's some, clearer ones than others, but it's a good way to introduce it. So the pandemic has shown that the way each country deals with the spread successfully has mainly been due to resources and being prepared. And the activity that we're going to be showing today is a really good way to discuss this. And it's called Stop the Spread. And the idea is that you have to create a hand washing, sanitizing system for a school based in Kenya. And so what you have to do is you have to find materials within the household. You're not allowed to buy anything. It's only stuff within the house. And you've got to make some kind of system that can catch water and disperse it to create clean water. So the systems can be presented and discussed with the class to see who had the best one and why. So it's a really good hands-on experience, and it's a really fun activity. So what do you need to do? So I'm going to be demonstrating my model that I made after this presentation. But these are just some examples of things you could use within the house or within the garden to make the model. So you've got like yogurt pots, plant pots. This is an image of the things that I use. I mainly constructed mine from tape and yogurt pots. So it's really, really simple. It's a really simple activity to get people talking. So one element you can add to this is water purification. So that's obviously a huge thing. Sanitation is a huge part of why healthcare is important. We need to have sanitary water to deal with disease. So you could fill up your water with different sediment or particulates such as rice, pasta, soil, and put this through your system and try and filter out so that the end product is pure water. So for mine, I use 3 different size grains. So I use couscous, rice, and rice sticks, all different sizes. And I made 3 different filters to correspond with those sizes so that I could catch each different particulate or sediment throughout the system. So here you can see this is just a makeup wipe attached to a yogurt pot. So obviously that's the least porous, that wouldn't let the couscous or anything through. And then this was just the yogurt pot lid, which was a film with a pencil poked through it. So it's really, really easy. And then I made a filter funnel out of a tea bag box and just taped it up together, and then put that to the end of the system. And then, saying my internet's unstable. Can you all hear me still, I think?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
That's fine, no problem. So then that was attached to the bottom of the yogurt pots, and that allows the water to flow through. So what can you do with these results? So the project really highlights the importance of materials and resources being at hand. So it shows you how well equipped countries are to respond to emergencies. And because everyone's system will be different, everyone will have different models and be using different materials, it's a good way for a discussion at the end to say why they were better and why they were better equipped to deal with having clean water and a better system for cleaning. So it highlights the inequality many countries face in relation to the pandemic, as so many were better equipped than others, because obviously people have better materials at home than others. So the discussion of whose system is the best will highlight all of this, and it's a good way to get them talking, discussing the goals. And so these could be presented over a Zoom call. They could show their models live, or they could make a Word document and have all the materials underneath that they use and why theirs worked. But as Richard was saying with equations in maths, using the particulates and sediment, so mine was the grain, it's a good way to incorporate equations into it as well for water purification. So say everyone had 100 grains of rice, put that in the water at the start, they could measure at the end how many grains of rice came out the end. So of course, if no grains of rice come out the end, then you've obviously got 100% pure water. If 20 come out, then you've got 80% purification rate. So it's a really good way to incorporate maths as well. And then this all obviously then leads back to the basic need for sanitation, clean water, and healthcare systems. So it's a really good way to get them talking about why people are more equipped and equality. And this all obviously is what Sustainable Development Goals cover. So once you've obviously done this, it'd be great if you could send the photos or videos of what you've done to this email. So now I'm going to show you my model. So I'm going to stop sharing and switch over and show you this. So hopefully this works. So this is my living room lab here. So this is the yogurt pot here. I don't know if you can see it. So it's just a really, really simple model. It's just 3 yogurt pots stuck together, the biggest filter at the top and the smallest, the lowest one here. So filter 1, filter 2, filter 3. And then that was just the funnel attached to the bottom. I've got all the grains here, which I'm going to put in a jug of water here. So I'm just going to put those in just now and see if it filters through. And then I'm going to be putting it into this water bottle here. So hopefully you can all see it. And I've got a towel just in case I make a mess of my living room floor. So you can advise them to do that as well. So I don't know if you can see, hopefully. Now I tested it earlier and it worked. So none of the rice should come through the water bottle. As you can see, it's filling up the water bottle here. No rice has come through or couscous or anything. So obviously I've got 100% pure water there, hopefully. But yeah, so it's as easy as that, and it's really, really fun as well. I mean, I made this in like 5 minutes, but you could get really inventive with it as well. So yeah, if anyone has any questions or anything, just let me know at the end. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Daisy. That was fascinating. And once again, I was watching lots of appreciative comments on the chat there. That was great. We were a little bit worried as to how it was all going to fit together, obviously done at a distance and etc. But it worked really, really well. Thank you.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
No problem. It looks like I eat a lot of yogurt.